Good morning. It's morning here right now when I'm recording this. My cat, check her out. She just like sits with her paw on me. She's so sweet. I just love this little cat. Oh, hi, Will. Do you know we're talking about you? Happy new moon in Virgo. Coming out of Leo season into Virgo is like, it's a very interesting energy because Leo is just so big and boisterous and all about, showing off to the external. And you come into Virgo and it's, Willow, don't play with my thing. You come into Virgo, the new moon in Virgo, and it's just about, it's like this low key, Virgo's so low key, but it's so perfectionist and just about cleaning things up and having everything sorted. It's like that feeling of fall, when summer's over and you want to get everything cleaned up. So happy new moon in Virgo. It's funny because I've always believed in astrology. I think astrology is such an amazing tool. Yet when I teach, I believe in we can create anything in our mind. So we don't want to over-identify as anything. You don't want to over-identify as your sign, as things that have happened to you, as just anything in general. You want to just be you and your soul. So you can be extra expansive, because if you identify, you put yourself in a box, like a dogma box for who you are. That being said, the signs have a lot of truth in them, but we don't have to put ourselves in the box of that. But yeah, it's funny. The last couple of days, I feel like the energy has changed, has shifted as we came into Virgo, where I live in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And hello to all the new members of the communities. They're growing so rapidly. Just the weather has shifted. It's still really warm during the day, but it's cool at night now, which is so nice. And you just feel fall coming. Everything's sort of becoming more, not growing so quickly. It's coming into this stagnancy, this time of rebirth from the inside. So it's a really good sign, going back to school and coming back into a new after the fun, the hustle bustle / relaxation of summer. We get so carried away with our external. We forget to work on the internal. And Virgo season, any season's a good time to, hey Shade, any season's a good time to really go within. I speak about it so much. Whenever you don't like something going on the outside, turn within. You have some sort of limiting belief within you holding you back, some sort of limiting mindset holding you back. And I have to check myself. I'm super expansive, and then in some areas I find they're a little more congested, and I still work through them. I'm like, why is this feeling this way? Why is this not happening? And I'm a firm believer in the destiny versus fate, but I also believe we can create, well, there's different timelines of our destiny and our fate, and it's our choice where we show up and how we show up, how we believe we show up on each one. And yeah, going in is such, it's big on the ascension path in this season, but it's also just every day. If you ever find yourself angry at something externally or upset or just frazzled, it's like, why am I expending energy on this when I can be more magnetic and call energy into me? And that's the shift when we do that, when we show up that way. I've had such miracles. Well, not miracles. I've created them, but it's like things that I never believed would happen when I just sat within. And the conundrum is, you set the intention, you do the work, but you also set the intention that things come effortlessly and they will just come to you. And there's no divine timing. You create that vortex of energy. You create that magnetism to magnetize things to you, balancing out the inspired action, and they will come, but not worrying about them. When we hold a lot of resistance about a subject, whether it's relationships or abundance of any kind, I'm not just talking monetary abundance, whether it's success, whether it's just speaking our truth or not being good enough. When we hold resistance and we overthink those, we're pushing away that timeline. Step into that version of yourself that has all of that. Step into that version of yourself, just knows. And, I'll give the example about music. For me, I am by no means half as musically talented as the people I play with now, but they think I'm awesome. because I think I'm awesome. But it's not about like, I'm really good at what I do. I may not be as technical as some, but I'm very good at what I do because I see things in a different perspective. I see things, I feel things. And when your soul feels things, when you innately know that this is you, it's not that it's meant for you, it is you. You become that embodiment. You recreate everything around you. And yeah, that's exactly. Thank you, Shane. It is you share and then you level up. You think of, well, it's like atoms, right? You come back to atoms. They vibrate. You will vibrate at the same frequency as those around you. So really be mindful of those people that you hold around you because they will show you within where you are, and in a non-judgmental way, because we don't want to judge and we don't want to judge ourselves. But if you don't like where you are, and I'm saying this to myself too, it's if you don't like something in your life or where you are, the only thing to change is self, the way you think about things. It all starts in the mind. It all starts in your consciousness. And, that being said, we can shift that on any given moment. And if we don't like the way somebody's showing up in our existence, they will shift as we shift. Because as we jump the timelines, as we move up into that different version of ourselves, timeline, people talk about timeline jumping and just different vibrations. It's because you're shifting yourself. And I've seen it happen firsthand at jobs, where I've had issues with people at jobs or difficult relationships around me and family. I shifted my mindset and the way I saw myself. So my self-concept in that area, not worrying about what that person thought, doing my best. Have a great day, Shane. Thanks for joining in this morning. And just being that version of myself that was like, no, these people love me, because one of my big fears when I was younger was not being accepted, and my whole life was not being accepted. But I realized that that's actually a gift, because I'm not supposed to be accepted. I'm supposed to lead and carve a new path. That is who I am, and that is what I'm doing. For others who feel like they're not accepted or don't fit in, to fit into their own mold. And it's about fitting into your own mold. And, no amount of anybody else coming around you is going to make you fit into your own mold until you're good with you. That's the self-love. That's the self-concept. That's the self-acceptance. And that's your superpower. So if you're struggling right now, and I don't want to set that intention, but if you're struggling right now with self-acceptance or being okay with who you are, you need to just look in the mirror and accept yourself, flaws and all, because flaws are just a 3D manifestation, and be like, hey, I am amazing as I am. I am loved. I love myself. I am a gift to this world. And dig in and be like, what are my gifts? What are my innate gifts? What do I do that makes others just come to me, that makes others smile when they're around me, that makes others feel lit up? Is it just speaking? Is it the way you listen to people? Is it, just, do you cook for other people? And it's not about doing things. It's not about the doing. It's about that energy. Maybe just your presence makes people calm. But balancing all of this, it's interesting. It's like a balancing act, balancing those boundaries, not allowing people to walk all over you. I posted a vehicle. I heard a vehicle going by. Coffee, please. I posted a video yesterday. I did a duet on TikTok with this amazing holistic psychologist that I love and I follow, about codependency. And it's about coming out of that space of codependency and being like, it's not my job to manage your emotions. This was one of my lessons in life. I remember I had to tell a person, it's like, it's not my job to be your emotional babysitter anymore. And that person got so angry at me, and this was a few years ago, and had a spaz, and I'm like, okay, we're no longer friends, because that's not what I want in my reality. And that's okay. Send it off with love and light. And yeah, and it's, yes, exactly, Danielle. It's the space that we hold. It's the space that we hold for ourselves. And as we hold that space of unconditional love and acceptance and magnetism, we create this larger aura around us, because we create an electromagnetic field. Our heart does, our thoughts do. And when we pair those, it gets bigger. And that's what pulls miracles, I'll do the diddle motion, miracles into us, is that torus field, that electromagnetic field. And that's how we pull synchronicities and, just cool coincidences, because we know nothing is coincidence. In actual fact, it's all you. You are creating those coincidences. I'm a number person. I was leaving last night, my partner's, and I haven't seen a ton of repeating numbers. I always see them, but not like 1, 2, 3 after another. And the first 3 cars in front of me as I stopped were like 777, 888, and then I can't remember 444, and then there was a 222. And I was like, wow, like, thank you. And I still say thank you when I see it, because it's still, after all these years, I see that. It's like, wow, that is amazing. And you know what? We can recreate anything in our lives, but it all starts within. Nobody else is going to come save you. Nobody else is going to come. We may have teachers that assist us along the way. I have learned so much by watching other teachers and taking, courses and learning about myself. And that's the wisdom I want to pass on to everybody that comes into contact with me. I posted something. I have the Spiritual Divinity Collective that I'm doing this live in right now is my private community. And I do that because when people post in it, it doesn't show up in feeds. Like, it's a lot more private and confidential, and we can be open, vulnerable, and honest. I have another community. If you're not a part of it and you'd like to be, feel free. It's the Collective Spiritual Consciousness. I think that's what it's called. I should know this. It's been around for a while. And I have a manifestation masterclass coming up in a few weeks. And this is just based on my teachings. And I put together information and I present this. And I had this one guy just like attacking me because I was charging for it. And I'm like, dude, I don't even respond to that because it's like, doesn't faze me. But I had this other woman responding, being like, why can't, she's putting together the information, she's sharing the energy. And when I do master classes or activations, I host an activation and we do a meditation as well. So it's my energy exchange, right? It's what I'm pulling through. And I was taught by one of my mentors that, because I remember being like, how do you not get so drained by working with people? He was an acupuncturist and a spiritual healer. And he's like the financial exchange. He's like, when people pay for your services, it doesn't only give them more of an exchange on their end, but it protects you as a healer, as a guide, because it's like that balance. And I was like, wow. And he's like, that's why you got to value yourself and your time and your energy that you put into things. You wouldn't go to a 5-star restaurant and expect to get a meal for free just because you're a spiritual being, right? And you're supposed to share your gifts, or go to, the mechanic and be like, hey, fix my car for free. They would be like, no. So I didn't respond to this guy, but I turned off the ability to comment on the thread. And that really made him angry. So he went inside the event and he started commenting and like berating me that I turned off this and I shouldn't be a teacher and no true teacher charges for anything. And I was like, oh, dude, block. Like, honestly, it didn't even faze me. I was just like, wow, the energy and the fact that you have to keep going on about something shows that you're so attached to a belief system within you. That amount of attachment is not healthy in anything. And 2 years ago, I probably would have been crying over this because it would have really offended me. And now I'm like, there's always going to be that energy that comes up. And I had a few circumstances that day that were sort of like that, or over the past few days. And I was like, instead of falling down the rabbit hole, I'm like, man, I'm jumping timelines, because I always find before you jump to a higher version of consciousness or yourself or awareness, you have a lot of old belief systems come up and they're projected back at you from external circumstances. And so they're trying to bring you back down into that belief that you're not worthy, you're not good enough, you're not, lovable or you're not smart enough, whatever those limiting beliefs are. And I was like, no, you're not kidding me. I got this. This has nothing to do with me. This is just showing me the old 3D going away, because that's a lot of the time it's the old belief systems coming up for you to transcend them and go to that next timeline. And I was like, yeah. So remember that the next time you have a day where you may have weird things come up that you aren't even a belief system anymore, or you're moving past them. And remember that, or you have there's no such thing as bad luck. And I'm going to tell you that we create our luck with our thoughts and our beliefs. So if you have things coming into your existence that seem like bad luck, it's all perception, but know that you get to choose and rewrite that. I just kept saying to myself, this isn't my truth and I am worthy. And I'm just going to remove this person, because why do I have to put up with this? Because we don't. It's like setting that loving boundary for ourselves, moving past it. So that is a great key piece of advice today. And I'm glad that came up and I shared it, because if you're having days where it's like, oh my gosh, it feels like you're being pulled back into that old version of you, be like, no, I am amazing. I got this. And you can remove people or energies like that from your life and just not even feel bad. Send them off with love though. I didn't get bitter. I didn't get angry. I didn't fight back, because it's not worth my time or my energy. If you don't know my worth and value, that's on you. I know my worth and value. And that was one of my limiting beliefs I had to work through for years. Knowing my worth, knowing my value, stepping into that oneness with myself and being like, hey, I put this work into these things and I am worthy of it, and worthy of these beautiful communities I've built. I have moments where I look at them and I'm like, wow, these were a pipe dream to be able to teach on a platform that's so big. And I'm just so grateful for each and every person that's gravitated to them. And the beauty is, if you're gravitated to this video and you're seeing right now, you're on the same wavelength. You are moving past these perceived blocks in your life, and you're coming into a higher version of yourself daily, because as I step up, you're stepping up too. If this is coming into your existence, that's how life works. What comes into your surroundings, your reality, whether it's through Facebook algorithms, Instagram algorithms, people on the street, people in cars and traffic around you, that is what's coming in. That is you. That is who you are, and that is where you're going. And don't let the perceived difficult situations pull you back into that old version of yourself, because you're not that. You are this loving, beautiful being who's ready to take on the world. Because I'll tell you, I don't even, you hear of people who are always bitching and complaining about traffic, or people are cutting them off, or there's never any traffic spots. I don't have issues like that anymore, because I set the intention that it's going to just be breezy. And wherever I go, I find the best spot. I find everything that I need at the store, things that I want are on sale, just even little things. My daughter wanted a pair of cargo pants for going into high school. And I was like, well, I'm pretty frugal with things, and especially with kids, it's like you got to teach them that they just can't have everything. They can have everything, but we can get more if we watch where we're shopping and stuff. And I didn't want to buy them from the store she wanted them from. We went to Winners, and in Canada, Winners is a great store. It has awesome brands, and it's 60% off the regular price. And we walk in and there's these cargo pants there, perfect for her size. And I was like, there you go, instant manifestations, because I had no resistance to it. And that's when we get in that mindset. And this is what I'm going to teach in my manifestation masterclass. So if you'd like to get in on that, this is my spiel time. I would love to have you there. It's on, I think it's September 24th. It's a Saturday. I'll post the link. It's in the communities. It's on early bird special right now for $44.44. It's going to be an hour and a half of just deep diving into how we manifest, showing you reverse engineering of how you've manifested up to this point, because we're always manifesting and creating in our life, and best tools for you, because it's different for everybody. So I go through all the tools that there are out there, within ourselves, and how to perceive things to effortlessly manifest. And you're going to really step into your power in this, because you're going to see how often you manifest when you don't even realize it. And then we'll do an activation meditation to really tune in and attune into that higher God state energy, because that's the key to manifestation, is being in our minds. So if you'd like to join that, feel free to register. These always fill up. They're so fun. And it's interactive. I'm going to leave time for questions and answers too. And yeah, it's just going to be great. It's going to be awesome. And there'll be a little workbook with it too, the information for you to have after, and a replay. So you'll have access to the replay. I'll download it and I'm going to post it to my private YouTube part, and you'll have that for you if you ever need a reminder or an attunement back into that manifestation energy. It's going to be so good. In a couple weeks, because it's the new moon right now, I haven't done a healing circle in a while. So keep an eye out for the full moon healing circle for September coming up. I will have that. I'm very limited availability for the month of September. I have a few openings. So if anybody's looking to work one-on-one with me, this is what I do. I'm a conscious coach. Like, I'm here to really help you ascend to your highest self, to look within and see what's been holding you back and work with you how to release that. And I'm a healer as well. So if you're looking for any type of healing one-on-one over Zoom, I have, like I said, I have limited availability, but there is some availability. So drop me a line. Feel free to send me a direct message on Facebook if you need the links to anything. I don't post them a ton. People who want to work with me always seem to find them. It's pretty magical, actually. Because I'm always like, how did you find me? Because it's generally people that I've never even met. And this is like a testament to our magnetism. When you're ready to learn, you will find your mentor and your teacher, and when they will just come to you, and you will find it's really cool. If you want to be added to my mailing list, my email list, I always have specials. Well, I don't always have specials running, but if there are specials running, you'd be the first to know. If there's new courses running, you're the first to know for things to get in on them. Let me know, drop me a line. I'll send you the link to sign up for that. And I love you. I'm going to go drink my coffee. I'm enjoying a quiet Saturday morning before my children wake up and we go do some fun stuff. So happy new moon in Virgo. For your Virgo nature today, maybe go organize something. That is so Virgo. Or clean something. Finish a project up. That is the Virgo nature. Get stuff done. Get shit done. Virgo. I don't have any Virgo in my chart. My mom's Virgo sun, and I know a lot of Virgos, and they're the best if you need organizational help. Because we know we don't always have that. Sometimes I get a little unorganized. But I love you. Thank you for being on this live today. It's great to see your smiling faces, and I wish you the most beautiful day, and we will talk soon. Bye.